What's up, y'all? I said, what's up, y'all? Look at me when I'm talking to you, bro. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all, man. This is your boy Knockout Boxing 86 TV, and we in here. So check this out, y'all. Before I get going on our video, y'all smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new here, share the video, turn on your notifications, and if you got a breakdown or a prediction video you want me to do for you, or if you want to have me hop on a panel or collaborate with you, reach out to me on my email address, knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com, and then please go follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. is the Twitter handle. But let's get it popping, man. It's fight breakdown and fight prediction time, man. We got to do 11 this week. Go check what we did last week. We put in work. We put in work every week. But last week, we got all 10 of our predictions right. And we're doing 11 predictions this week, man. It's a ton of cards, ton of championship fights. We're going to cover as many of them as possible. I picked out the ones that I think are the best 11. Got some prospects in there, some champions in there, top contenders in there, man. We got a lot of fights to cover. So, let's do this one, man. Oh, live show Wednesday night, 7:30 p.m. Central Time. Live show Sunday morning with Singing OG, KQKC Boxing Network, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. But let's do this breakdown, this prediction. So we got John Bauza versus Michael Williams Jr. This is going to be part of the Vasily Lomachenko, Richard Comey undercard on ESPN. It's going to be an 8-round fight in the 154-pound division, super welterweight, junior middleweight, whatever you want to call it. They fighting at 154 pounds, man. And it's two undefeated fighters, man. And one of them got 15 fights, one of them got 19 fights, but I would still consider both of them prospects, and they're very young. John Bauza's teller to tape, southpaw fighter, 5'8", 69.5-inch reach, born in Puerto Rico, but fighting out of Jersey. He only 23 years old, 15 wins, no losses, 6 knockouts. Then you got Michael Williams Jr. 22 years old, orthodox fighter, 6'1", with a 74-inch reach. He was born in Kansas, but looks like he's out of North Carolina is where he lives now. Undefeated record, 19 wins, no losses, 12 wins by way of knockout. When you look at, before we get into fighting styles for these fighters, when you look at their experience, they got prospect resumes. I think John Bauza has a little bit better resume. He's fought a little bit better fighters, but when you look at the records and you study the fighters that these fighters have fought, you know, this is both of their biggest tests. Let's say that. Michael Williams Jr. is the best fighter that John Bauza will have ever fought. John Bauza is the best fighter that Michael Williams Jr. will have ever fought. Like, we look at John Bauza's last 6 opponent records. You got 12-2, 11-2, 10-8, 8-8, 4-7, and then 5-13. And the reason I say his experience is a little bit better, and he's fought better fighters, you go look at Michael Williams Jr., his last 6 opponents' records. He just fought a guy that had 24 wins and 24 losses. Before that, he fought a guy that had 2 wins and 9 losses. Before that, a guy with 14 wins and 29 losses. Then a guy that was 6-32, 13-11, and then 4-22. So he's been building up. He's been gaining experience, but he hasn't fought top-level fighters by any means. So John Bauza is a huge test for him as well, but he's a huge test for John Bauza because Michael Williams Jr. is extremely talented. This will be Michael Williams Jr.'s second 8-round fight. This will be John Bauza's third 8-round fight. So not much of a difference in experience when you think about the types of rounds and the types of fights they've been getting. They're kind of on the same path. You know, Williams Jr. has 4 more fights than Bauza. So he's actually has more fights, although Bauza is a year older. But let's break down these fighters' fighting style. We'll do Bauza first. So when I look at John Bauza, he's a boxer, right? Not a huge puncher, but a boxer. But to me, to be honest with y'all, I see some things that I really like with him, and I see some things that I don't like. Like, I think he's pretty good with the distance, and knowing, well, pretty good with the distance with his left hand. Let's say that. Like, that's the thing that I like about him. His left hand, he can lead with his left hand because he's a southpaw fighter. So his lead straight left hand is good, especially against orthodox fighters. He has good timing with his left hand. When he throws his left hand, he either hits you right here or hits you right here, which is a sign of good timing and punch placement. He also doesn't like to fight inside that well. He doesn't like to fight inside that well, and I don't really see him as a good inside fighter. And he hasn't been as active as Michael Williams Jr. This is his 2nd fight this year, his 4th fight in 2 years. This will be Michael Williams Jr.'s 5th fight this year. And this will be his 11th fight in the last 2 years. So he's been a much more active fighter. A couple of other things. John Bauza doesn't jab nearly enough to me, and his lead hand, which is his right hand, because he's a southpaw fighter, his right hand is low all the time, too low for me, and he don't jab enough. He's really, really looking to land that left hand, and that's the hand that he has good timing with. And it's crazy because he has such good timing, such good spatial awareness with his left hand, but his right hand, his lead hand, it needs a lot of work. As I said, the jab, not the best jab. He don't do it enough, and it's really more just to try to get that left hand off. His lead right hook, he catches guys with a lot of cupping shots because he mistimes distance with it, and he doesn't have good timing with it. Like, he catches you when he throws his right hook. I see him hit a lot of guys with this part, which is called a cupping shot. He don't really get his fist on them. So it wraps around their head, and he catches them right here. I don't see him landing that right hook on the jaw too much, and that's a sign of somebody that's misjudged the distance a little bit. That's a sign of somebody whose timing is off a little bit with that right hand. So I believe his right hand, his lead hand, needs some work. He also has a wide stance, which I think is part of the problem as to why he is not the hugest puncher. Now, he did knock out his most recent opponent, but that opponent, I mean, you go watch the fight. We talking about a guy, no disrespect to the guy, but he just wasn't ready to fight. The man came out in the first round. He didn't even have his mouthpiece in. And then when he realized he didn't have his mouthpiece in, he didn't keep protecting himself. He just stopped in the middle of the fight, looked at the ref, and John Bauza just teed off on it. He stopped, looked at the ref like, hey, man, my mouthpiece out. Like, bro, you in the middle of the round. It's already like 1 minute left in the round. So, you know, no disrespect to Bauza, but that knockout, like, I don't think highly of the other fighter based off of what I saw him do. And the crazy thing is, the other fighter, his name was like Edwards or something. I thought he was athletic. I thought he was going to be a good fighter. He looked focused, looked like he had the skills, but I don't know. He just came into the ring unfocused, and that'll get your ass every time, bro. Michael Williams Jr. Flaws, chin up in the air. He a tall fighter, so his chin gets caught in the air a lot. He got dropped by a guy that was 2-9 2 fights ago. He got dropped, but he came back and boxed his way to a victory. I like his right hand. It's a nice, long right hand. And it's good timing. And when he wants to be elusive, he can be elusive. But when he want to dog it out with you, he look like he'll dog it out with you. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, he's the longer fighter. But I think he's the better inside fighter, to be quite honest with you. And I think his lead hand, which is his left hand, because he's an orthodox fighter, his jab, you know what I'm saying, his hooks, he's much more balanced as an offensive fighter, in my opinion, right? And I think he has a little bit more aggression to him. I think he has a little bit more, what's the word? A little bit more distance control. Like his punches land a lot flusher than John Bauza's punches. But what we get to find out, and why I'm so interested in this fight, is we'll find out if his punches land flusher because he was fighting guys that were 14-29 and 6-32 and 2-9 and guys with 24 losses. We'll find out if that's why his punches were landing more flush, or if the talent really is just like that and it's gonna land flush no matter who the opponent is. That's why I'm very interested in this fight. Paths to victory. I keep getting caught up on this reach, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all. Michael Williams Jr. has a 5-inch height advantage and a 5-inch reach advantage. John Bauza, 69-inch reach. Michael Williams Jr. 74-inch reach. So when you have a reach discrepancy that's that big, the smaller fighter got to find a way to get inside. Because if John Bauza tries to do what he typically does, box from a distance, try to time Michael Williams Jr. with his left hand, try to land that left hand from mid-range, he going to get caught a lot coming in. He going to get caught coming in because mid-range to long range, that's not going to be his distance in this fight. He's going to have to get inside on Michael Williams Jr., get under his jab, get under his right hand, and try to dig to the body, then work his way up top, in my opinion. And that's not something that we've seen him do a whole lot of. And he's not going in there on a guy that's like long. Like usually these longer guys, they aren't as athletic. But Michael Williams Jr. is long, he's rangy, he's athletic, he's fluid with his movements. And so it's no easy task to get inside on him, specifically if you John Bauza and that's not your fight, bro. That's not how you typically fight. You feel what I'm saying? If you Michael Williams Jr., your path to victory is you gotta make sure you control shit on the outside. And if I'm his team, which I'm not obviously, I'd be focused on what I'm gonna do about John Bauza's left hand defensively. Like, what are we gonna do? We got to make sure we circling around to our left, which is John Bauza's right, so we can be circling away from that left hand. We got to make sure that we're landing our lead right, and we got to use that jab and keep him at bay with that jab, and stab down to the body to make him reset. That jab need to be switching levels all day if you Michael Williams Jr. And that's going to set up your combinations. Once you start jabbing down to the body, you can bring the overhand right. You jabbing up top, you can bring the right hand down low, followed by the left hook. You can work your way inside behind the jab. And Michael Williams Jr. got nice hooks to the body, nice uppercuts on the inside. So he really needs to control the distance in this fight. And when they fighting inside, if you Michael Williams Jr., it need to be because you jabbed your way inside, not because you let Bauza come in on you and be the person initiating the inside fighting, if that makes sense. As far as who I'm picking in this fight and why, shit, man. It's a tough fight. It's a very even fight. I ain't gonna hold y'all. But I gotta, damn, bro. I gotta go with John Bauza to get his ass whooped. Yeah. I gotta go with John Bauza to lose this fight. Off the strength of, I think Michael Williams' athleticism and his length are gonna be too much to deal with, specifically for John Bauza. John Bauza's jab to me ain't good enough to deal with Michael Williams Jr. And then secondly, him closing that distance, that's not something that he likes to do. He's a back foot counter punch fighter, right? He likes to fight off his back foot. He likes to counter you. He likes to lead with his left hand. That's not a recipe for success when you're the shorter fighter, unless you have extremely good reflexes, bro. Unless you are athletic as shit. And no disrespect to Bauza, that ain't him. He ain't somebody that's gonna fire off with that lead left hand and then hurry up and get out the way on your ass and pivot around on you. That ain't what he do. He like for guys to try to be aggressive with him. That's when he looks his best. When guys are trying to be aggressive with him, they're coming forward. He can fight off his back foot. Boom, left hand. Boom, left hand down to the body. Now I can start trying to throw my combinations and shit. So he would have to go outside of what I've seen him do very good in order for him to get the victory, because the dimensions just don't add up for him. He's 5 inches too short. Arms are 5 inches too short, in my opinion. And I think that's going to be the key. And then it's always hard for me to pick the smaller fighter when I feel like the longer fighter is a better inside fighter too. Like Bauza does a lot of holding, a lot of clinching on the inside. Michael Williams Jr. trying to fire off on your ass on the inside. He ain't trying to hold with you. He trying to dig to the body, bring some uppercuts up on your ass, jab his way back out to a distance, land right. Like, he trying to work on the inside. And so I think Michael Williams Jr. will have the advantage from the outside. Then, believe it or not, when they get on the inside, I think he'll have the advantages there too. So I'm going to pick him by unanimous decision. I think this is a fight where it'll be a 6-2 fight with a swing round in there, but like 5 rounds to 3. You know what I'm saying? The scores probably will come out 77-73 because it's an 8-round fight. 70-73, 78-72, something like that, bro. But I don't see Michael Williams Jr. just washing John Bauza. Like, ain't no 79-71 going on. Ain't no 80-70 going on. It's going to be a nice, good, competitive fight. But I'm going with the longer ranger, more athletic, and the fighter that I think has, is just more talented, in my opinion. Now, Bauza's experience could be too much for him because he has fought better fighters, but we got to see. I'm going to go with talent on this one, and we'll see how it plays out. We went undefeated last week, and we got 100. So far on this channel, bro, you know what I'm saying? I got 162 predictions right, and I got 36 wrong. We got 162 right and 36 wrong. So, we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it plays out, but I'm going Michael Williams Jr. in this fight. Y'all let me know who y'all picking, man. Let me know who y'all picking. Comment down below, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, share the video, turn on your notifications so you can know when we drop our daily content. Follow me on Twitter at KOBoxing86TV. Reach out to me on my email address. The email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. You got a breakdown or a prediction video you want me to do for you, or if you got a you want to have me hop on a panel or collaborate or something like that, we can do that as well. But other than that, man, I appreciate y'all watching the video. We got to go ahead and shoot this next one for y'all because we got a lot of work to do today, man. We grinding, man. But I appreciate y'all watching the video. Enjoy the rest of your day. And with that, we out of here. Peace, y'all.